Okay, well, guess what? I'm back with another Drop of the Pink Leaf podcast. It's your girl, Marquita Vian, and today I have with me a guest, Miss Terrika Hicks. And so I'm going to do the lovely introduction of her bio, and then I'm going to let her speak to you all. Yes, she's going to say hi. She's going to speak to you, okay? And so Miss Terrika Hicks, she has 10 years in corporate and finances in the finances department before being laid off during COVID. And finding her app. Wait, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. I'm sorry. Okay, so finding her app for the blacklist for black owned businesses. Terrika, am I saying that right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so from there, she decided to help people of color build profit, successful businesses to help grow our community for us to be sufficient and have knowledge and access to the resources that are available to Black businesses. Besides being an entrepreneur, she also is a full-time wife of 22 years. Congrats! Like, that's amazing. A mom of 6, 3 graduated in HBCUs. Congrats on that. 1 school baseball and 1 middle school baseball player. So yes, and 2 toddlers. Wow, you have a big family. And 22 years of marriage, 6 children. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing. I have to catch myself sometimes because I be like, "Ooh, it's a lot," but it's an awesome thing.
That's a blessing.
It is.
Okay, so you got 10 years in corporate in the finance department before being laid off, and so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and then we're gonna get into it from there. So
okay,
after your turn.
So well, yeah, I had 10 years. And they were actually split. Like I had 6 years with one company that was a manufacturing company. And then I actually was only 4 years in to another company that it was a paint company, actually importing paint from Italy. And the paint that they did was just like a next level kind of paint. So it was no smell, no toxins. It was all natural and imported from Italy. And I helped them. They were actually already doing pretty well, but I helped them with financial analysis and helping them figure out how to take money from one place that they were spending too much as far as importing and move it to another place. But during that time, I learned a lot of things about getting started with your business and how to start getting funding and investors and stuff, because I was helping in a lot of different areas other than the financial department. So when COVID hit, this company was able to still continue to thrive because they were considered an essential business because, everybody was locked in the house. So with everybody being locked in the house, they were doing home renovations. And so paint was like a big thing. And it was a huge thing for this company because it was natural and people could be in the house and the dogs and pets and stuff can be in the house while they're painting.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I was laid off because there's a lot of racism that started going on inside of the company. When COVID hit, like very shortly, George Foreman stuff happened. And it just started getting really ugly.
So the tensions and the racism, not just due to COVID itself laying you off, but it was more so of all the events that transpired in the racial divide during that time.
Yes, during COVID. And see, I'm very pro-Black. So when I started recognizing how everything was going on in the office as far as racism was really apparent, but some people were turning a blind eye to it. I've never learned how to do that. So I was being outspoken, and they decided that they wanted to go a different way than the culture in their company. I wasn't kind of fitting into, so they laid me off.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a plus because look at you now and what you're doing, and you took what you gained from that experience, and now you started your own. And, now helping others.
Give me a second. I'm doing an interview. Okay. It was actually a blessing that was actually a true blessing, because I was, exactly like you said, I was able to take the knowledge that I gained from working very closely with the president of that company, and turn it over and build something of my own. And now I'm passionate about trying to help others build their companies as well. Well, not just others, Black us.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Power to
right.
the people.
Power to the people.
Okay, and so I love that because as they say, when one door closes, another one opens. And so not only did a door open for you, but it now has opened for the Black community, because that knowledge and expertise that you have, you're pointing to your community so that many others can continue to open doors. It's like the reviving door system, like just from, that incident happening. And I would say, what word am I looking for? But this discrimination act against you, pretty much, that's what I'm looking at, due to racial tensions being there. Now, it's as a positive, because, you're using it to pour back into the Black community to open doors from the knowledge that you gained from this place, though that they may have been racial, but hey, we can definitely use the knowledge that you're bringing forth to, build our businesses and get the correct funding. And so, that's a plus in my eyes. And I know, for you too. So, how long after that did you realize that, this is something that you can offer to the community and, start up your own business? What made you, go there, and how long did it take you to get that?
So during my time of working during COVID, I was still at that company when I started the idea of having an app for Black businesses. It made me go harder once I was laid off, but it was already in the making, because it's COVID, everybody's locked down in the house. We all know who's the first community to take a hit during anything that goes on in this country. And so while, I was trying to think of the best ways of supporting Black businesses, other than just word of mouth. Like, we need to support our community in a whole, everyone. So I was kind of looking at statistics and how they were saying we have the power, we have the most powerful spending in the American economy out of any other race. And it doesn't circulate back into our community a full dollar by the time that, by the end of the day, we've spent like, easy number, $100. If we spent $100 as a Black community in the economy, we don't even get but like 15 cents back into actually circulating back into our community at the end of that $100. So I'm like, I need to figure out a way. Yes, but you have to wait a second. Thank you. I'm like, I have to figure out a way of making it easier for us to circulate our money back into our community. The reason that we are not considered the wealthiest race in America is because we are supporting other businesses in the American economy. So that was my whole thought process. So at first I thought like, well, maybe I'll just do a website. And then I started thinking like, websites aren't really, like they're accessible, but they're not easily accessible. And then how do you get it out there for people to just be like, oh, let me use this common website? That's still having to open your phone up, go and type in the URL and all that stuff. So I'm like, apps, I have an iPhone. Apps are like the fastest way to go.
They're the new websites.
They are the new websites, right? So that's how the app came about. And then after kind of working with the app, I came across the morning meetup. Well, actually, I came across Recession Proof, RPX.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And RPX, my mom is one of Marcus Barney's realtors. And so she kept telling me, you need to kind of get in with him. He's doing a lot for the Black community. And so I ended up kind of downloading his information, joining his community. And then when you join his community, the morning meetup with David Shands is actually one of the incentives that you get to join. And when I joined
to both brothers, I got to both brothers to shout out.
Yes, amen. They are doing
500 and David Shands. The morning meetup. Got to plug.
Yeah. They are definitely doing wonders in the community. And so I was like, I found my people. Like, I've been looking for y'all forever.
Yes.
Yes. So just kind of listening to a few, in the mornings and listening to people speaking. And I realized, like, I have something to offer because I know how to form businesses and have them credit ready. There's a lot of strategies that go to business formation that will have you immediately ready for receiving funds and getting business credit that a lot of us don't know. We are very creative and passionate people for the most part, and we're proud of our work. So when we start doing stuff, we have the tendency, I noticed, to name the business that we're doing the exact name, like something that is personable to us, and we relate to. And a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times that can be damaging.
Right.
So I just wanted to give, I wanted to serve more. They preach about that a lot in the morning meetup, about being of service. And I love Black people. I want us to prosper. And so that was just my way. I had to kind of come back to the drawing board and think, how can I be of service to us? And that's how I came about doing the consulting, because I know a lot of strategies. And if I don't, I know people that I can connect you to that can help you. And so that's the way that I feel I can give the most service in our community.
Okay. And so with the app, could you elaborate on that more for me? So is it where the Black business owners are on there to be able to be of service to one another, or how does it go? Or could you explain the app more?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Blacklist app is so it's B2B and B2C, right? So if you, we'll talk first about the business to business portion. If you list your business with the Blacklist app, you are automatically listed in a directory. The list in the directory is literally just a third party. So if someone comes to, they're there, of course, to support Black businesses, because that's what the app is for. So they're already intentional about their dollars and supporting Black business. They will go to your profile or search your profile of service. If you have a podcast and they're just on there looking to listen to the podcast, they'll go to your account, and it'll have your website link for them to just immediately press the button. So if it's like pink link podcast, they'll just press that. It'll take them to whatever platform it is that you would like to have more listeners, or wherever they listen to their podcast. It'll take them directly to your podcast so you can listen. And so they can listen. If you have anything that you're selling, it'll take them to the website to purchase. If you have a brick and mortar and they can drive up to your location, it links to any maps that you have, so Google Maps or Apple Maps, and it'll drive them directly to your location. So it really just acts as a third party.
Oh, wow. So that's great. And I mean, if you're interested, I'm definitely going to be dropping everything below so you can tap in with this app, And so not only do you have the app, but you also, can I say coach?
Yes.
Okay, coach others to.
I'm sorry, Marquita, give me 1 second. I have your mom.
You're fine. Mom comes first.
Can you go get Zane and ask him to do it for me, please? Go get Zane and ask him. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, mommy do these all the
time.
I understand. No problem. I love it. And so not only do you have this app, but you're also a coach and you help people to position themselves to get business funding. And so I recently hit Terrika up myself on some business funding, credit funding, and she's very helpful. So we got to go into this. So yes, tell me more about that. So what's the process to get hooked up with you? If I say, for instance, I'm new, I'm just starting my business. Where do I go? How do I start? So what would you say, and what tips do you have on that?
So if you're just getting started and you have not already registered, is better to link with me before you get started, because I can take you from the beginning to the end and give you the structure and strategies that you need. But for instance, the first thing that I would tell you to do if you were just want to rush and get started is to think about your Zoe. I don't know. Go look in Kevin's room. I'm positive you're doing that on purpose. She's definitely doing that. She wants to be on the camera.
Oh, tell Zoe, hey.
So, but the first thing that I would say is to consider what your industry is, and just kind of beware of the industries that may be considered high risk. Some of those, and you never know what those industries are. I have a list, but the list goes for days, right? And so you have to be very careful and strategic about what you name your business. And my biggest advice is not to put your industry name in your business name. So real estate is one of the businesses who is actually considered high risk, and so is trucking. So is credit. Like if you're repairing credit or doing anything with credit or anything like that, do not put that in your business name.
So I'm gonna say this. So you saying don't put your industry name in your business name. So that's like, don't say Good Swim for Me Credit Repair LLC or something like that.
Yes, do not do that. Okay. You can say Goods for Me and just leave it like that. Okay. That's just a big high risk. Credit repair, if you're doing credit repair and you're hoping to get funding, which everybody should be wanting to get funding, because you don't want to fund your business out of your pocket. That is really like the biggest no ever. You always want to source funds of other people's money, So
I want to say that, what about the people that is afraid of going into debt because they're using other people's money? So what would you say about that, since you mentioned that?
So my advice would be not to
use their money when it's better.
Right. So the thing is, you don't want to go into debt using your money either, right? So it's better you don't want to end up using, it's already people are living paycheck to paycheck. Let's say that. Even if you have some savings set up, you don't want to drain your savings trying to fund a business. And you don't want to try to use your money for your personal expenses and then also try to extend your money for your personal expenses and take on business expenses as well. There's always unknown expenses, operating expenses that pop up when you're running a business. So if you have an unknown business expense and then you have some kind of emergency happen in your personal, now you've put yourself in a big financial bind, and you're going to go into debt anyhow, because you're ready to look for, you're going to have to pull some money from somewhere, from some sources. You're going to run up your credit card utilization, which is not good on the personal side. You're going to possibly have to get a personal loan, which the interest rates are always higher on the personal side. So when you're going to do a business and you're going to get funding for a business, my advice would just be, don't get more than what you responsibly feel that you can pay back, right? A lot of us get excited when we're hearing like $100,000, $250,000, and you get that loan, and then you're not, you do have to pay the loan back. You
Right.
know, you don't want to get too much of it that you can't financially, respond. You want to, some people put like they make $120,000 a year in their business annually, and they actually haven't made any money at all that's close to that, just to get the most funding back. And then when you get that funding back, you do have to start making those payments back to keep your business credit, in good standing and not to go into debt. So you want to be responsible whenever you're getting any funds. Yeah, a lot of people. And then if you get the $250,000 and you're not there yet, put $150,000 up so you can make payments with that money until you get there. The funds are to help you build your business and help everything run smoothly without you digging in your own pockets. So just make a strategic plan with the funds once you get them, and you don't have to worry about going into debt because you're actively working to build your business with this money, and it's a cushion for you.
Right.
That
right. So I hope you all caught a lot from that there. And that was free game from Terrikka, because I sure did.
Yeah, it's everything is strategy at this point when it comes to business, and the funds are there. Like, what we don't understand is there's a lot of resources out here that are waiting to give Black business owners in specific, not just minority, Black business owners in specific. They're waiting to give you this money. Do we have to jump over hurdles and know the strategic plans to get it? Yes, absolutely, because they don't want to give us anything. That's a proven. So, once we get all of our ducks in line and in order, they're going to give you that money. It's a SBA. The SBA gives you, I think it's SBA 7A, has funds. They have over $150 million set aside for Black business owners a year. That's grants and loans.
Wow. I need to tap into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So actually, a quick win for anyone who is already in business and looking for funding. If you go and sign up under the SBA, you have to register your business under the SBA to be able to receive SBA funds. That's what a lot of people don't know. So if you go and register your business, then you can start filling out those applications and be put in place to receive those grants and loans when they come up every year.
Just by going to do that. And that's a simple task. Like, you can do that today. And I'm pretty sure that's not a long process to get done.
Nope. Government contracts, all of that stuff. You just go sign up and they will, and you can start receiving those funds. You can start receiving government contracts. You can get government contract for walking a dog.
Wow. So that was just like free game again. I need a buzzer. I got my list.
Yeah.
But yes, Terrikka. So just so many gems right there in that tidbit. So with that being said, okay, so as a mom, business owner, and then coach, and all these different tasks, how do you make sure you stay well-rounded, grounded to, continue to be the super mom and business lady that you are as you helping others out here in these streets?
Listen, it is a task every day. So I started out doing my own form of meditation because I hear that there's a correct way of doing meditation that I'm starting to learn now. But I just really wanted to be connected to like the universe and the higher power, because you have to, like, it's so many things going on, and no matter how much you try to plan, and I was kind of a little bit controlling, and I still have it, having all these children and then trying to keep up with my husband and everything like that. But I found through doing my meditation, sitting outside and just kind of just bringing myself to center, that I have bigger connection with God in the shower. And so I make sure that I literally spend like 45 minutes in the shower, even if I like not just cleaning myself, not just washing my body. I
Just
literally
water flowing.
And I'm like clearing my mind and I'm talking to God and I actually hear him respond back to me there. So yeah, I have to, and if I'm having a stressful day like today, when I spilled coffee in my MacBook while I was preparing to get on the Pink Link podcast, I had to take a minute and actually go take a shower because I had to ground myself again. Right. So that's actually just me time, really. Separating myself. Yep. And freeing my mind for a second.
Yes, I love that. And I'm with you when you said in the shower, because I can be like, going through the motions of trying to get clarity around something. It's like the instant I get in the shower, and it's like it comes to me, like I get clarity, I get what I need, I get the idea. Or if I go to take a walk, a lot of times, it just there it goes, and it hits me. So I love that. I love that, girl. And so back to the credit funding. I ain't trying to skip all around. But what's the biggest funding you got someone? What's the biggest loan that you've been able to help a client reach?
So the biggest one that I've had a client reach was just recently. She got $500,000. Woo! That is the biggest. And I've only been doing this for about 5 months. So I started in January. So 5 months, I got her $500,000. She started with me from very beginning, and we just kind of built her credit and everything up from literally from the ground up. So she started out with getting her first rounds from 4 different banks. So she got 10,000, 15,000, 5,000, and 7,000 from 4 different banks. First round, because she was not satisfied with the first 10. So that's one of the biggest things. Even if you only get approved for $6,000 at one bank, you don't have to stop there with getting your funding. You can go to different institutions and lending agencies and get that funding that you need to make your business flow the way that you need it to. And from there, she got on my finance suite, and the finance suite helped her build her business credit rapidly, and also doing smaller things like she put herself on payroll. She's on one employee, but she put herself on payroll through ADP, and ADP actually reports to your business credit. And so while she's paying herself, it's reporting to the business credit, and so she's just building her credit up to where she just got $500,000. And if we would have did this podcast 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't even been able to say that. I would have only been able to say 120,000. But 500. Yeah.
And so you said the finance suite, and what is that?
It's a business finance suite that I offer. After your business is registered and properly listed, you can sign up for the business finance suite, and it'll help you you just pay into it, and it reports from different businesses, so it rapidly builds your business credit. So within like 4 months of you getting started, you have access after 4 months is 500,000. After 6 months, you're able to get credit cards with like no limits. You can, there's all the business credit cards available to you, because it's built your credit up to where you're like basically on a corporate level.
Wow. Okay. So that's a lot, but hey, you're getting a lot.
You're getting a lot.
Yes. So do you recommend first getting your personal credit together to be able to optimize your business credit to start getting approved for these things, right?
It's always good to have good personal credit. One of the things that I always say to my clients is you want to have good personal credit, but it's better to have business credit and to focus on building your business credit, because your business credit allows you to do more things. Like when we were talking about utilization, with a personal credit card, you want to keep your utilization with your credit cards under 9%, regardless of whether you run it up or not. Before it reports, you want to have it under 9%, right? But with the business credit, they like to see you have utilization, because that means that you're actively using their card. They want you to use their card, and then they give you incentives for it. On a personal side, you're technically punished for it, for utilizing your card, and especially going up, like, almost maxing out your card. They don't like that. That kind of puts you in a high risk category. So when you're trying to get started building your business credit, you can use your personal credit as leverage, or you can just build your business credit from the ground up, right? And you can go as quick as you want it to. It can go as quick as you want it to, and it's not as hard to build as it is with your personal credit. And you don't get penalized a lot as you do with your personal. So it just depends on where you are with it. If you have good personal credit and you want to leverage and when I say good, I mean like at least a 720. You have a 720 and you want to leverage your personal credit to get your business credit started, that is a quick way to get, to literally jumpstart it, and you can kind of take off from there. But if you do not, you don't have to be discouraged about it, because it's still very easy for you to build your business credit and still take off. Heck, you can use your business credit and flip it over and fix your personal credit if you want to.
Right.
So it's just the way that you want to go about things. Wherever you are in life is basically the way you can go.
I'm on a podcast. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm talking to my daughter. She didn't know. She just came in. So
look, you momming too.
And so, all of this was just, fantastic, phenomenal. Like, hey, I'm just excited because I'm looking to build my business credit. And your girl, I think you was the first I told. Got that American Express business card, like, hey, and I've been like,
congratulations,
to get the personal credit fixed, not knowing that I was gonna get the business credit card, so that was just like a blessing for me. And so I'm literally like, okay, taking in all these notes, and then I got your download of your business book. So you gotta drop that, a quick plug there. You gotta shout it out.
Yes. So my ebook for helping you build your business credit, it's a quick guide for helping you build your business credit. So it gives you pretty much the floor plan and the strategy for the structure that you need to build your business, to get your business started, so you can move on to getting your business credit and business funded. So it takes you from the beginning portions of deciding that you're ready to start your business, your name, and everything that you need to do to make sure that everything is, what is it called? Because I had the word in my mind and it went away as soon as I was about to say it. But you want to make sure that everything is like, follow suit? Everything needs to be the exact same, basically, in layman's terms. You want to make sure that however it is that you decide that you're going to name your business and you register it with your Secretary of State is the exact same way that you list your business with Google Business, Yelp, everywhere that you list your business at, is the exact same way that when you get your EIN number, you fill that information out the exact same way as with the Secretary of State. And then with everything moving forward, your applications for doing your loans, for starting your business bank accounts, definitely get you a business bank account. So it gets you started laying the foundation. That's what the ebook is about, starting and building your credible foundation so your business can be credit and funding ready when you're ready to go for your rounds of funding.
Wow. Yes, y'all. So, hey, it's worth it. I'm telling you. And so with that being said, Ms. Terrikka, what would you like to say to someone who, don't know where to start? They sitting at home. And what would you say to them? Like, you could drop that gem or whatever you like to add, to, close this out today.
Definitely. So if you're sitting at home and you're contemplating starting a business, my honest advice to you is don't wait for the perfect time, because there is no such thing as a perfect time. For anything, there's not a perfect time to be a mom. I'm a mom of 6. You just move with the flow, right? So if you're waiting to start your business, get started. And the best way to get started, even if you're not ready to actually be active in it, is still register your business to get that history on there. So get the ebook, follow the steps to getting your business credible. And then at least when you're ready to get started, you will already have that under your belt and you can move forward from there. And it's very important to have your business registered correctly. So think about a name. Don't put LLC at the end, even if you're going to get an LLC. The name is just the name. LLC is not the name. That is actually the structure of it. So don't name your business Terrika Hicks LLC. Okay. Your business name just needs to be Terrika Hicks. If that's what if that's what you're going to name it, try very hard not to put your industry name in there. Cleaning is a safe name if you guys are doing any cleaning businesses or anything. But I would say, hold on one second. I'm sorry. Aubrey, give me 2 seconds. I'm doing an interview. 2 seconds, please. Thank you. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, definitely register your business. That's what you want to do. Okay. Even if you're not going to be active, you still want to go ahead and get that under your belt. So when you're ready to be active in your business, you'll have that. You can get started with your funding immediately, even though I can get you funding within 30 days of starting your business. It always looks better for you to have a long-standing history. So a year or 2 years looks great on an application, and actually better than the 30 days. So you'll get more funding from there. But definitely start your business to be credit and funding ready, because you do not want to use your own money to start a business. That is the quickest way. Black businesses actually go out of business statistically 95% faster than any other small business within 6 to 18 months of getting started. And mostly because we're using our funding from our own pockets. And the first thing to go is not going to be our person. It's not going to be our house, or, we're not going to cut off our rent or anything like that to fund a business. So the first thing that has to go ends up being your business, right? So
be like, I tried.
Yeah. So it's easier. It's less stress, is better to get funding. You don't want to fund anything out of your pocket. And that's how these other businesses are staying afloat, because they are using these resources that are readily available to them that they don't have to jump through the hoops for. So that's what we need to get started. That's what our mindset needs to start revolving around. We need to start thinking like, I'm gonna start this business and I'm ready to get this funding and these credit cards to start this business and keep it going with other people's money, so I can quickly become profitable for myself,
Yes. Yes. And y'all, the dang on ebook is what, 25 under $25. Like, it's worth it. Like, because we're talking about up to 500K plus, on here. So if you don't see the value in investing in that, I don't know what to say, because Miss Terrikka has given so many gems that I need to tap into some more for myself personally. And so it's definitely been a pleasure having you on here, Terrikka. And so I want to just say to you all, as always, I have to tell you that you are great in the life that you desire you create. And so with that being said, blessings on blessings. And maybe continue to, well, I know maybe, but I was trying to say, could you please continue to support, like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel, and just continue to go out there and be great. And, you know, tap it into Miss Terrikka. I'm gonna drop her information below, everything from her app to her ebook to her Instagram, so that you all can tap in with her and just, you know, get that business funding. And don't try to fund it yourself and then give up like I have before. I did with a cleaning service. I was like, this takes too much of my money. By the time I make money, I gotta. So you don't want to do that. You want to be able to embrace your journey and, you know, really just get knowledgeable on how you can fund it with other people's money, and continue to build that stream of revenue for yourself and position yourself to be better overall. So she has the knowledge to do that and to coach you, as well as the products that she has. So thank you all once again for tapping in. Terrikka, any last words, lady?
That's all. Thank you guys. I enjoyed speaking, Marquita. Thank you.
You're welcome.